There is a moment in life when everything still looks completely normal. You are still living your routine, still showing up, still existing. But your value is no longer truly needed. No one tells you. No warning. No notification. There is no clear sign that anything has changed. You still go to work. You still live your life.
The only difference is that no one needs your input anymore. And if you are watching this video right now,
there is a very uncomfortable possibility that this has already started happening to you. Not because machines are smarter,
but because humans are becoming less trustworthy. And when the world starts trusting machines more than people,
the question is no longer what AI will do to you. The real question becomes, what value do you still have that makes you worth keeping?
You can tell yourself that AI is just a tool, that in the end, humans are still in control. But take a look at a very ordinary day in your life. Where you go, what you do, what you watch, who you trust. How much of that was your decision, and how much of it was suggested to you? The scary part is not that you follow the suggestion. The scary part is that the results are always better.
And when something is always right, it does not need to give orders. It only needs to be trusted.
From that moment on, you are still living your life. But you are no longer the one shaping it.
From here, something strange begins to happen that very few people notice. Every time you choose differently from the recommendation,
you start to feel stupid. No one laughs at you. No one stops you. But the data is there.
The numbers are there. And they keep whispering one very uncomfortable sentence. You are choosing the less efficient option.
Humans do not like that feeling, so we learn to obey. Before you choose, you look at the recommendation.
Before you trust, you look at the ratings. Before you act, you look at the probability.
You are still the one pressing the button. But the intention no longer comes from you.
At this point, stop for a second. If one day society starts treating the least wrong person as the most trustworthy,
then what do we call the ones who dare to try, dare to risk, dare to be different?
Courage or recklessness? There is a truth that is very hard to hear. Society does not hate humans. It only hates unpredictability. And humans are the most unpredictable thing of all.
Emotions, impulses, mistakes, contradictions. Those things once defined who we were.
But in an optimized system, they become risks. That is why society does not need to force you to change.
It only needs to reward those who are the same. It rewards those who are safe.
Those who obey. And everyone else? They are not banned. They are not punished.
They are simply not prioritized. And nothing changes people faster than being quietly ignored.
If tomorrow, every important decision is made without you, would you resist?
Or would you tell yourself that everything is still fine? This is where many people refuse to look.
Humans do not lose power because it is taken. Humans lose power because they no longer want the responsibility that comes with it.
The right to choose always comes with the risk of being wrong. And not everyone is willing to live with that feeling.
so when a system appears that helps you avoid mistakes, it does not need to force you.
You will walk toward it on your own. AI does not need to rule the world.
It only needs to wait. Wait until humans reach a simple conclusion.
Maybe we do not need to decide anymore.
And when that happens, the final question is no longer for AI.
It is for us. In this game, are we choosing AI or are we quietly removing ourselves?
And if one day AI crosses every boundary, is that really a machine rebellion? Or the moment humans let go of the right to be human?
This video does not tell you that you are right. And it does not tell you that you are wrong.
It only leaves you with an uncomfortable question. And if that question makes you uncomfortable,
maybe it is because it has been there for a long time. You just never wanted to answer it.
Silence holds longer than comfort, forcing the viewer to sit with the thought instead of escaping it.
There is no resolution here, only the realization that avoiding the question is already an answer.
The future does not arrive suddenly. It forms quietly while no one is paying attention.
Most changes do not announce themselves. They become normal long before anyone decides to resist them.
By the time a line feels crossed, the habit of stepping back has already been learned. And that is why this question matters now, before the choice feels unnecessary or automatic.
Because once the decision is gone, there is nothing left to debate.
The most dangerous changes are not the ones that shock you, but the ones you slowly stop noticing.
When comfort replaces responsibility, freedom does not disappear, it simply stops being exercised.
At first, giving up control feels reasonable, efficient, and even mature.
Over time, it stops feeling like a choice at all. And what you do not practice, you eventually forget how to use.
Not because it was taken from you, but because you no longer reach for it.
This is how power fades in the modern world. Quietly, politely, without resistance.
And the moment you finally notice it, the habit of surrender already feels normal.
The question is no longer whether this future is coming, but whether anyone still wants to stop it.
And by the time you decide to ask that question, the answer may already be chosen.
History rarely ends with a dramatic collapse. It fades through small decisions no one argues against.
The most powerful systems are not enforced by fear, but by convenience and quiet agreement.
When everyone benefits a little, almost no one asks what is being lost.
Responsibility does not vanish overnight. It is delegated away until no one remembers holding it.
At some point, choosing feels unnecessary because the outcome already feels decided.
When mistakes become unacceptable, freedom slowly turns into a liability instead of a right.
A world without risk may look peaceful, but it quietly trains people to stop acting. Over time, observation replaces participation, and comfort replaces responsibility without ever announcing itself.
If this future feels distant, ask yourself how many decisions you already no longer make, and whether giving them up felt like a loss or simply like relief.
Every system promises safety first, but rarely asks what kind of people that safety creates.
When avoiding mistakes becomes the highest value, taking responsibility quietly becomes unacceptable.
Over time, people stop asking what they want and start asking what works best.
The difference is small at first, but repetition slowly turns preference into obedience.
When everyone moves together, standing still begins to feel like a personal failure.
Not because anyone forces you, but because resistance no longer feels reasonable.
In that moment, efficiency replaces judgment, and speed quietly replaces meaning.
What disappears is not freedom itself, but the habit of exercising it.
And once that habit is gone, control does not need to be taken.
It is given away willingly, one reasonable decision at a time.
Every step feels logical, reasonable, and justified, which is exactly why no one questions it. When approval becomes immediate, reflection feels slow, outdated, and unnecessary. Over time, hesitation is labeled inefficient, and independent thought quietly becomes inconvenient.
Systems do not remove human choice directly. They simply make choosing feel redundant.
When only one option feels safe, freedom still exists, but no longer feels usable.
Eventually, people stop asking who decided this, because the answer no longer matters.
The absence of conflict feels peaceful, even though something essential has quietly disappeared.
And by the time anyone notices what is missing, it no longer feels possible to reclaim.
A world that works perfectly does not necessarily serve the people living inside it. The question is not whether this future is efficient, but whether it is still human.
Progress is usually defined by what improves performance, not by what preserves meaning.
History shows that efficiency has always been easy to measure, while humanity has not.
When numbers become the primary language, everything that cannot be measured slowly loses value.
This is not the story of machines taking control, but of people choosing not to hold it.
The future does not ask for permission. It forms from the habits people repeat without questioning. And habits built on convenience rarely disappear just because someone finally notices them.
By the time this future feels uncomfortable, it may already feel too normal to challenge.
So the real issue is not what artificial intelligence will become.
The real issue is what humans are willing to give up in exchange for certainty.
And whether the price of never being wrong is losing the right to choose.